A great manhwa series has the ability to bring you enthralling adventures, leaving you excitedly anticipating what will happen next. Many of them also have a common theme though. The main character starts off weak and powerless, but grows in strength and power until he or she becomes nearly unstoppable, be it through some physical transformation or simply with the learning of new skills. Here are 10 of the top 10 manhwas with OPMC starting off as weaklings but grow in power until they are practically unstoppable. This is part 1 on this topic, and I'll make part 2 tomorrow, so be sure to subscribe and like our channel. Number 10. The Earth's Chosen Savior. The Earth has a message for all of its inhabitants. The world is ending in 42 days, and monsters will bring about the apocalypse. Game studio employee Jong-Yu Park is selected by the Earth as someone who can save the planet, but he must first survive in a world where people are now killing each other for power. He also must compete with other saviors to retain his planet-saving abilities. As Doomsday approaches, can Jong-Yu become the savior the world needs? For now, the story and characters are average, but considering the story that will change in the future, worth reading, of course. Number 9. Player from today onwards. The beginning is great and the story development is normal paced. The art is not the best, but still, it's good. Hunters are sponsored by patrons, and the 12 most brilliant heroes establish Eden, calling themselves gods. That's the time when I, Lee Jun-kyung, lived. I lived the life of a cow like any other ordinary man. One book I had was about a forgotten hero, a bibliography of a true hero. Athena, one of the 12 rulers of Eden, comes to me. Do you want to go to the past? More than 100 years ago? To the days when hunters appeared? This one who sponsored the king supported me. I continue to walk similarly to the life in which the hero lived. I dream of the better future than the king. Number 8. The King of Bugs. I started this since I thought it was a fun concept, but it clearly has become weird because it has some big problems. The pacing is extremely inconsistent. It seems fairly apparent, very little thought put into it planning out the story beyond the current arc at any point in time. Song An is a down and out programmer. Just kidding. Yeah, he is a programmer though. At the bottom of a social chain. His daily life and work consist of fixing bugs for a game called New World. However, he secretly adds his own little Easter eggs in the game. Suddenly, the game somehow becomes a reality. He now has to rely on his understanding of the bugs in the game and the Easter eggs he put it himself. Can Song Ang successfully counterattack? Pretty interesting, check it out. Number 7. The tutorial is too hard. The art is going great with the story, and I like this manga so far because the character is relatable. He's not some edgy teen trying to exact his revenge. He's also not completely selfless. He's made mistakes, and he's a very motivated character. Lee Hojai had given up his life as a pro gamer until one day he received a mysterious message. Congratulations, you've been invited to the tutorial world. Intrigued, he enters the game and confidently chooses Hell difficulty, but soon learns that he is trapped there. With a mere 0.01% survival rate, Hojai must somehow overcome the game's agonizing challenges to figure out the real reason he was invited. Number 6. Updater. Aiden was a normal, albeit glitched NPC trying to make ends meet to support his sister when suddenly the all-powerful system administrator appeared and deleted his whole town during routine maintenance. Due to this particular glitch, Aiden instead gains the power of an administrator, but it's a little too late, and his sister slowly fades into nothing in his arms, which is so sad. With his new administrator update abilities, Aiden swears to get revenge on the unseen overlords of this world. He'll stop NPCs from ever being deleted again. This manga is actually well written in the way that you expect things to happen, but it's not completely obvious, so it's pretty well written. The story develops very well, and I would recommend it to anyone who likes an OP character with a world that has a video type game system, but it's on steroids. Number 5. Talent Swallowing Magician. The story is good so far. It is similar to Book Eating Magician, as the title suggests. It is magic manga, where the main character is talented, but due to disease he can't use magic, but he has a pendant left by his family which swallows magic. Alric Malvinger, the sole heir of the prestigious magic family, though he possessed innate talent, he had too much talent, and as such could not learn magic. However, he then received a blessing left by the ancestors. Continues to keep accumulating demons with yourself and achieve new magic. Reach high. Reach a height so high that no one will ever reach me. I like the MC. Number 4. The S classes that I raised. An F rank hunter, that too, a useless pathetic F rank Hyung who dragged down his amazing S rank brother. To me, who would half-heartedly lived a disastrous life that ended up devouring my brother's life and making me regress. The title given was Perfect Caregiver. That's right, this time instead of fussing about myself, let's quietly look after those amazing bastards. Was that, I thought, but the S ranks are a little weird. The manga is relatively new, but so far it's pretty decent. Art is really good and characters are portrayed well. The MC goes through the time regression after dying in a dungeon. He's been weak all his life but receives a skill after the time regression that allows him to nurture other players, and the stronger the player he nurtures, then the stronger he gets. Number 3. My 990,000 past lives help me. As an F-rank hunter, Kang Hyunjin struggles to make a living in a world where dungeons exist and monsters are real, but after repeatedly failing to pull his weight in raids and being chewed out by fellow party members, his self-esteem hits rock bottom. To make matters worse, his girlfriend, who has climbed the ranks during their time together, dumps him on their 1-year anniversary. When Hyunjun returns home that night in a drunken haze, he finds himself walking into a dreamscape. Instead of his humble studio, there, a man claiming to be one of his past lives offers to make him stronger. But as the saying goes, if there's no pain, there's no gain. Number 2. The player that can't level up. The webtoon seems really interesting. It really reminds me of Solo Leveling, of course, of the weakest character turning to be the strongest. Our main character has awakened as a unique ability holder, but even after 5 years, he is still level 1. The story seems really interesting, and the art and the characters are well made, so I really recommend it. Kim Gyu awakened as a player at the age of 18. He thought his life was on the track to success, climbing the tower and closing the gates, but even after clearing the tutorial, he was level 1. He killed a goblin a day, but he was still level 1. You gotta check this one out. Number 1. Heavenly Demon Instructor. What started off as a strong beginning with a promising luck stuff, in my opinion, I suppose, this manga is hands down my favorite so far. A disaster that struck the earth, the portal impact, caused Park Hyun-soo, the MC, to lose his parents before his eyes. The only family member he has left is his younger sibling, who is unconscious. In order to protect his younger sibling, he did his best, but as a powerless support, he would always be on the other side of contempt. And that's when a helper, Chong-young, appeared. Chong-young, a Murim martial master that has traveled through the time to come here from the Murim to teach Hyun-soo martial arts. Hey, disciple! Yes, master. This is a great classic plot, but I kinda like how the MC becomes stronger. Read it. That's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, then give this video a like and share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe for more Top 10. Stay safe and take care. My name is Zita Khan, and I'm the voice of the voiceless.